After reading Lines by Martha Collins, I realized the poet's message related to my life in a variety of ways. Many of us, including me, have habitually fell into society's trap. We often try to live up to society's standards, rules, regulations, and values, while we forget to live life according to who we are and our ideals. The poem makes me ponder at how I, and even the people around me, unknowingly try to live up to the expectations of society while we forget to take chances and risks. Collins gave me a new perspective that allowed me to question whether I pursue goals and achievements in order to impress others and fit the mold of a successful high school student, or for myself only. I deeply connected with the poem as it also reminded me of my next stepping stone in life, college. As a college student, I would have a plethora of opportunities and resources to take advantage of, and it would be the perfect time to step out of my lines and explore new interests that others would dismiss. Martha Collins brought light to a social phenomenon that I have been part of, yet have never acknowledged truly. Draw a line, write a line, there. Stay in line. Hold the line. A glance between the lines is fine. But don't turn corners. Cross, cut in, go over or out. Between 2 points of no returns, a line of flight. Between 2 points of views, a line of vision. But a line of thought is rarely straight. An open line is no party line. However, find your point. A line of fire communicates, but drop your weapons and drop your line. Consider the shortest distance from X to Y. Let X be me, let Y be you. Born in Omaha, Nebraska, poet and translator Martha Collins earned a BA at Stanford University and a PhD at the University of Iowa. In precise and meditative poems, Collins engages historiography and uncertainty through use of fragmentation, white space, and interruption. Collins is author of a variety of literary works, such as Day Unto Day and the book-length poem Blue Front. Some of her honors include the Alice Faye D. Castagnolo Award, a Landon Residency Grant, and the Lawrence Goldstein Poetry Prize. Lines by Martha Collins is a profound piece of literary work that attests to Collins' mastery of poetry and her keen study of literature. In its essence, Lines represents Collins' unique poetic writing style as it encompasses enjambment, contradictory language, and shifts in perspectives. Although reflective of Collins' poetry, Lines also serves as a poetic work that carries a critical message for Collins' audience. Collins depicts the restrictive rules, regulations, and expectations society enforces within a community and contrasts idealism with pragmatism. Collins hints that humans are innate risk-takers, challengers, and imperfect beings who naturally step out of their boundaries, or lines, as Martha Collins notes in her poem. Collins enhances her message in the poem by using various poetic devices such as metaphors, imagery, and repetition. Collins successfully uses such techniques to establish a provocative work that emotionally connects with her audience and thus offers them a new perspective on an underlying social forces. Martha Collins' application of metaphor in lines plays a critical role in displaying her central message. Collins compares the constrictive guidelines set by society to lines, as the title of the poem states. Through the metaphor, Collins is able to convey certain aspects of these lines in relation to our everyday actions and represents the domains society sets for its inhabitants. Martha Collins uses lines as a particular metaphor as it has no dimension and is straight. Such characteristics are ideal, as it describes expectations set by society perfectly, since our community insists in various ways that there is only one ideal method of living. Besides the use of poetic devices, Martha Collins frequently makes use of repetition and concise fragments in order to emphasize the restriction society creates for humans. The repetitive use of the word lines and Collins' isolation of phrases in each line puts attention to the concise descriptive language that is used by imagery and the metaphorical comparison in the poem. In addition, Collins uses different meanings of lines to give a three-dimensional aspect to the word, such that the message can be understood in varying degrees of ways. Martha Collins' poem Lines conveys a strong, complex message in a concise and potent manner, using simplistic language and poetic devices such as metaphor, imagery, and repetition. The style of writing, combined with the array of tools, gives Collins the ability to portray how society pushes men and women to conform to a set standard. In an effective manner, Collins entices and captures readers to only leave them pondering how such a message relates to their life. Martha Collins shows true mastery of poetry by giving her audience the power to create connections and emotional relationships with her work. Such unique style and mannerisms push Martha Collins beyond the lines of contemporary poets and into the realms of recognition and appraisal for her literary work.